Hi, teens and tweens. This video is just for you because you might have been hounded by a parent or a caregiver to participate in therapy boot camp, and you're like, what the heck is therapy boot camp? Who is this person? So this video is for you. So I'm Dr. Melanie McNally. I am a licensed clinical psychologist who specializes in working with tweens and teens. I typically do this through teletherapy sessions, so private one-on-one therapy sessions that are virtual. However, I am booked beyond capacity. I have a wait list. I can't get people in. And I was feeling really frustrated because I knew that there were so many tweens and teens out there who needed support, and I couldn't get them the support that they needed. So that's what led me to create Therapy Bootcamp. So what is it? It is 8 weeks of the information that I typically teach during the first 8 weeks of therapy. So I typically cover building self-awareness, creating an emotional toolbox filled with things that help you feel better, creating coping tools for dealing with really hard feelings, building communication skills. So the things that I typically cover during those first 2 months, I took all of that and I condensed it down and I put them into small bite-sized chunks of information that tweens and teens can do through an app on their phone. You only need about 15 to 30 minutes a day to do it. But also you can kind of pick and choose. We might be working on communication skills, and I might ask you to do a particular exercise and you're like, I don't really need help with that area. That's not an issue for me. I'm really good at, communicating my feelings. I don't need to practice that. So you may choose to skip that particular exercise. That's totally fine. You can go through this at the pace that you want, and you can pick and choose what works for you and what doesn't work for you. There's a group chat function where you can communicate with me and other boot campers if you want, but there's no pressure. You're not required to. And also you can directly DM with me throughout boot camp if you want. But again, there's no pressure. So you get to decide your level of participation. You get to decide how you go through the program and what you take out of it and what you work on. As far as parental involvement, parents and caregivers get a weekly email that lets them know what we're working on that specific week. So if we're working on communication skills, I give them an overview of what we're going to be practicing, but then that's it. They don't know the specifics. So they don't know if you've been logging in. They don't know what you've been doing, if you've been participating in the group chat or not. That's between you and your parent. You guys decide what you need to communicate with one another. That's between you. I'm not a part of that. I hope this answers some of your questions. Some of the things that I've heard from previous boot campers is that they've learned new coping mechanisms, that they have created an emotional toolbox that's been really helpful that they now use to help when they're really stressed out. I've also heard that it's helped them be a better friend and learn how to share their feelings with their friends in a way that doesn't create more conflict or push people away. I heard from one boot camper that she created better boundaries with some friends that were maybe a little dysfunctional and a little toxic. And she learned how to create boundaries with them so she didn't have to push them out of her life, but they don't have such a negative impact on her anymore. So those are just some of the things that people have said that they've gotten out of boot camp so far. I really hope you decide to join. If you have any questions, you can always email me directly, or we can always chat on the phone if you want to learn more. All right, I hope to see you in boot camp. Bye.